Pete Moore and welcome to PCM Guns. This is a semi-custom gun. Let me explain. Semi-custom gun will use an existing action and then they'll pretty much throw away everything else, rebarrel it and restock it. This was a 222 Rem Brno 527, which is exactly the same as a CZ gun. The 527 basically is a mini Mauser action. It's not exactly modern, all steel, box magazine, and it's just a knockabout gun. It's in the smaller calibers like 223, 222. They do one in Grendel. They do a 7.62x39 version. I think they do a blackout, the 300 blackout version now. And it's just if you want a little rifle. I'm also a sucker for older calibers, and though I admit that 223 is probably a better cartridge than 222, I quite like 222. It's been around a long time. It was one of the early bench rest cartridges, and it was, after all, the truth of it is, the wellspring from which the 223 sprang from. So you've got to show it a bit of respect. And the rifle came in 222, had standard barrel, iron sights on it. They went, and I got a guy called Ender Walsh. He's from a company. He's a stocker basically, based in Southern Ireland. Really nice guy, and he's then since just being a stocker, and he makes stocks for F class and all sorts. Very, very talented. I wanted something because my daughter was just getting into shooting then, and I wanted to get her a centre fire that was light in recoil, easy to shoot, potentially very accurate, and also I wanted a varminter myself, again in 222. And let's face it, 222, 223, that sort of thing is good for foxes, corvids, rabbits, you name it, it'll do it. So I stuck with the old caliber. You can't mistake the 222. It's got a very, very long neck. It's quite a weird looking little cartridge. Anyway, so got the rifle, got it off to Ender, and what he did, because we would both use it, I wanted an adjustable stock that would fit us both. And he said, he sent me some plaster of Paris molds. Basically, you get plaster of Paris, like the bandage type thing, get it wet, shape it, and then you squeeze it with your hand until it makes a shape, and therefore you get all the finger grooves and the contours of your hand. He said, do one for yourself and one for your daughter, and he'll combine the two pistol grips on the finished item so that both people can use them. Bearing in mind I've got quite big hands and she's got smaller hands, but the end result was this rather gorgeous stock in green laminate. The pistol grip is comfortable for both of us. It's got a thumb shelf here, very nice thumb hole, adjustable comb, length pull adjustable recoil pad, bedded, the whole bit, pillar bedded. And this is, again, I think I made a mistake in the barrel because it was for her. I wanted it to be a little bit light. Don't be wrong, this barrel shoots. I think it's a Bergara, but it shoots really well. It's fluted, but on reflection, I think I've got a slightly heavier tube. But I asked for it in 23 inches, which is good. It's a 1 in 12 twist, not 1 in 14. It's not a tight twist. I wanted something that will shoot 50, 55 grain bullets, which it does very well. It's one of its pet loads of 55 grain VMAX. This gun will easily shoot 1/2 inch at 100 meters, and with a bit of effort, a bit more. So it's exactly what I want out of it. I've got a muzzle mounted moddy for it. That's really it. A lot of people say the CZ and the Brnos are clunky, and they certainly are. If this was a Hauer, it would be a lot slicker, but the gun was there and I paid peanuts for the action. There was one problem that I didn't realise until the gun was finished. I shot the thing as it was. It had a standard sporting stock in it, and it shot okay. I remember having to wind in a fair bit of correction on the scope. When I got this, I put the scope on it and I ran out of windage, and I couldn't work out why, because the windage on the scope I had on it was quite generous. And it came to pass that the scope mounts here, basically what CZ and Brno do, they put in dovetails, basically machine dovetails into the receiver bridges, and the dovetails are off, so the scope was sitting rather like that. It was sitting off like that, and I didn't know what to do. And then I was talking to Alan Rohn, and he said Ziegler, it's a German company, they do a set of adjustable mounts for the CZ, and these are them. Basically what you do, you put the bases on, and there's grub screws in there and lock screws and you undo the lock screws, and with a pair of Allen keys you wind out or wind in. You can move the scope in relation to the action in the barrel. And what I did, I put the action into a workmate, clamped it in, put a level on it so it was exactly parallel, put the scope on, and then by using the level I got the thing cock on. So this is now exactly over the bore where it should be. But we'll see it shooting in a minute. But you know, it's not really worth anything. It's worth as much money as I paid for it, I suppose. You know, you might not think it's anything good, but I actually quite like the old CZ527 because I've also got a Grendel, another custom in 6.5 Grendel on this action with a 22-inch barrel, heavier barrel, and which I've used for a short range hunter for a long time. And there's something about the old 527 is just sweet. There's better guns, there's better engineered guns, but they're certainly well made. This is Federal Classic, and it's a 50 grain soft point, and it's doing a shade over 3,000 feet per second, which is pretty good medicine. And made the barrel, obviously he put a thread protector on there, and this calls it invisible, and you can just barely see the join, as you can see here, because it just looks like part of the barrel. But that's just a nice touch of gunsmithing skill, which is always good to see. Okay, very basic. Got 4 rounds in here. It's a 5-round mag, but I've found with CZs the last round's a bugger to get in, so 4's fine. And then push it up so it locks. That there's safety catch, just pushes forward for safe and pulls back for fire. It's a bit back to front, so it's a bit weird. So this is crack a few off. And that's a 222, like its bigger brother 223. Very easy on recoil, good accuracy potential, and also very economical round to reload as well. So I hope you like that. It's a little bit different. So there's no money to be made on this. It's just one of my guns, and I thought you'd like to see it and what there's possibilities. So if you liked it, comment, support the channel, tell your friends. Hopefully they'll like it too. Need to speak to me, it's pmoore.shootingsports@gmail.com. Sorry, the channel is PCM Guns. Okay, see you again soon. Thanks for looking in.